to be... Hello, everybody. Hildegard von Peppermint here.
And Plasma.
So, today I'm going to be talking about, well, books on a very general term, but, I'm Steve. I don't know why, but that's not good. Not to this at least. So, I'm going to be talking about the twin twist or twin trope or whatever, just characters in books, or I guess in shows too, but we're mostly going to be talking about books because that's more my expertise. Yeah, and however far I progress in this Minecraft world by the time I'm done talking to you will just be that. And if I ever do another one of these, I'll do the same world, and that'll be cool, I guess. So,
If you don't die.
No, if I die, I'm just gonna respawn.
Okay, but what if you like die and lose all your items?
I might get angry and start a new world, but other than that.
Oh yeah.
Let's kill some mobs. I saw a village up there,
Ooh.
but that's out of the question. That's not the point. So, the twin twist. I'm just gonna call it that because I'm going to be specifically talking about when twins are secret. Like, one character has a secret twin brother who's evil, or not even evil, just a secret twin brother. Most of the time they're evil though, because I don't know why, they just
Why
are.
not?
It's more dramatic that way. I saw a village up here. So yeah, so one, I want to put a spoiler warning, but one second ago, if I do, then you'll know that there are secret twins in the books that I'm going to spoil. So, darn it, this isn't good.
There's one singular
Let's go to the
hole
village.
that you happen to fall down.
Yeah, whatever.
What are the chances?
So, I guess, yeah, how do I turn this down? That's why mine's much. But I guess I'll just put this, I'll say which books I'm going to be specifically talking about. So it is Narnia, The Horse and His Boy, Book 3. Rage of the Princess, Kings of Clonmel, Book 8, I'm pretty sure. There is Tree Castle Island, singular book, and Twinchantment, which is a little bit of an opposite of a secret twin. It is a twins who are being secret, but you know that they're not. Does that make sense? Maybe? It doesn't matter.
Fun fact, every time, if you break all the blocks of the base itself, you can get a book.
Really?
If you, I think so, if it's got the right trade, there could just be emerald easily. Like getting it.
Whatever. We're getting off track. So,
Why are you shutting the door? How does that help you?
It just does.
Shutting the door on yourself?
I need to talk about books, Plasma. Stop distracting me. So, yeah, so we're going to start with what good twists. What I think is, I picked these because specifically they fall into the categories of a good twist. So, like, it was surprising, but it wasn't too out of nowhere that I was surprised, like, in a bad way. Like, you want to be surprised, but you don't want to be, like, completely shocked. But you do, but you want to be able to look back on the book and say, yeah, I can see where that was heading. Because if not, it just kind of comes out of nowhere and isn't as cool. And because of that, I am going to be rating on a 1 out of 5 twistiness.
Twisty. What are these names?
Just go with it. I didn't script this video. I'm just going off on whatever comes to my head. So, Yeah, so the twistiness, which is how much it surprised me, how when you reread the books you feel like it made sense,
Can
how
you call anything but twistiness? I feel like you're in like
twist factor
okay, that's enough.
there.
I
And
feel like that would be like your twistiness.
and how realistic the secret sibling relationship or the undiscovered secret sibling relationship was. So
Why don't you start talking about books?
I am.
You're
Alright.
explaining the twistiness factor.
Stop. Alright, so I'm going to start with. So, Twinchantment is a book about two twin sisters, Flissa and Sarah, who have to pretend to be the same person because twins have a chance to be magic and they are outlawed in the kingdom. Which, it's a really good storyline, and I'm using it as my control group because it's awesome and because you get a different perspective of the twins who are secret, but the perspective is of the twins who are hiding from everybody. So that's a good perspective, and it's the kind of control group. So yeah. So I want to start from the worst, which is Keeper of the Lost City. I think, so this twist happens where, spoilers, the mentor / father figure sort of guy, Mr. Forkley, dies.
Okay.
But,
Dude dies.
yeah, he dies. And
So
he's an
what?
elf. I should mention they're elves.
An elf died.
Yeah, they're elves and they have, telepath powers and stuff. So anyway, it turns out, and elves have, this thing against twins for some reason. There's, I don't know. They just are. They just don't like twins. So,
Don't worry.
and then it turns out that telepath Mr. Forkley telepathed all of his memories to his twin brother, also Mr. Forkley, because they have the same name. They are literally the same person. And they did this in a cool way, the same way Twinchantment did it. Two kids are born. They're identical twins. They have to pretend to be each other in order to escape some sort of,
Don't worry.
discrimination. That's the word.
I'm
And it's
so
honestly a
confused right now.
really good idea. But the way that they did it is Mr. Forkley 1 and Mr. Forkley 2 are the same person. And Mr. Forkley 1 dies unceremoniously. And then in the next book, they literally just reveal that he is a twin brother who's basically the same person. And that's what annoys me about it, because there's almost no foreshadowing. There's one sentence from the previous book, while Mr. Forkley's dying, he's like, my death won't be as bad as you think. And then he just kind of dies. Not the best twist. I'm going to give it a 2 on the twistiness scale, because...
Okay, your twistiness.
Stop it, Plasma.
What, your
Because
twistiness?
it honestly wasn't that good. I mean, I love the idea, but it wasn't well executed. They are literally the same person, and no matter, it just wasn't believable. So, next I'm going to be doing Tree Castle Island and The Horse and His Boy. Now these fall into two very similar veins of the twins didn't know that there was a twin. So Prince Corin and Shasta, I think that his name is Corin. I don't know, I can never remember. They are twins, but Shasta kinda is the protagonist and he gets kidnapped, spirited away as a baby and eventually gets adopted by a fisherman.
Does anybody besides
Then he runs away with a talking horse.
have any idea of what's happening?
Stop it, Plasma. This is very easy to understand. So then,
What do you mean?
so then Shasta runs away with the talking horse because his adoptive father's going to sell him as a slave, like a good father should. And then just goes on a grand adventure with a talking horse. Turns out that he's a prince. He's actually the crown prince, becomes the king later on. Nice, happy story. The dad's super happy about this, by the way. Yeah, so that happens. Everybody's happy. It's kind of a side plot, but not exactly a side plot. They did a good job on this because, well, it's foreshadowed earlier in the book because the Narnian people, mistake Shasta for Corin. And you don't understand quite why, and then at the end of it, they explain, hey, they're related. They're twin brothers. Which, honestly, I really like. Tree Castle Island is about a kid goes fishing on a boat that he made, and it gets wrecked, and he gets stuck on an island, and he meets another person there who looks just like him. Turns out they're twin brothers, and they literally named their dog the same thing. The whole book...
How are there twin brothers that haven't even know that they're twins, and they're on an island? How did they both get on the same island?
One of the brothers lives there. The other brother was going, fishing, and then turns out he ran into the same island because suspension of disbelief. It's the book. This one I really liked. It's really enjoyable. It's short. I really suggest you do it. You read it. Good book.
Alright, what would you rate it, your twisted?
I would rate this 4. It's a really good book. Both of them are 4s. They're both good.
Why are you?
But here we are. That is just that style of twin books. And now we're going to go on to The Evil Twin, The Ranger's Apprentice. So, honestly, I love how they did this twist. So, it didn't need any foreshadowing the way that they did it, which honestly is amazing, because never thought I'd say this, but it's honestly better without the foreshadowing, which sounds really weird, but hear me out. So, Halt, the guy who has the evil twin, is... The Ranger's Apprentice is about a guy named Will who, lo and behold, becomes, guess what? A Ranger's Apprentice. The Rangers are like some secret bone ninjas who just...
Bone ninjas?
That's what they are.
They're bone ninjas.
They're boa. They shoot bows.
Oh, I thought you said bone, like a body part.
No, I did not. They are bone ninjas who just basically are awesome and probably defy physics at some points. Like one of them catches an arrow with their bow, which is really cool. But that's not important. Anyway, in the 8th book, Will Treaty is like, hey, where's Halt? Because Halt is the senior father figure guy. And he's in his 40s or his 50s at this point. Not quite sure. And then he's out hunting a colt. And then this guy is like, wait a minute, what are you of all people doing here? And then Halt's really confused because he's never met this guy before. And then he just goes and puts him in jail because he's sort of like a bone injured cop. I'm not doing a good job of explaining the family. And then Halt realizes, oh goodness, it's happened again. Nobody's recognized. That hasn't happened to me in 30-something years. Because somebody thought he was his brother, and he's just like, surprise Pikachu face.
What is your Y coordinates?
I don't know. 8.
8.
Yes.
8. You're gonna hit bedrock and
No, it's 1.18. I'm gonna hit deep slate. I'm not gonna hit a cave, darn it. But whatever. I got plenty of stone and thingamabobbers, whatever. So, and then Halt just kind of stalls. He stalls when he's telling everybody else. He, doesn't want to talk about it. He's like, let's finish our food first. I'll tell you, there's no reason to bother with this until everyone's eaten a good meal. Let's have some coffee. Alright, so, I guess I have to tell you this, but, there's like some guys who are invading Hibernia, which is where he comes from. So then Crowley, his best friend, is kind of just like, haha, how are you gonna get convinced him? Do you know him or something? And then Halt just completely out of almost nowhere, he just says, well, I sure hope he knows me. He's my brother. Honestly, that's probably one of the best like lines, I guess, because it stays with Halt's personality. But anyway, it turns out Ferris, his brother, is the king of Clonmel, and that would make Halt.
This is literally gonna take forever.
Yes. That would mean Halt is royalty, and Halt is literally the opposite of who you'd think would be noble. I mean, he literally threw a noble guy out of a moat and he doesn't like noble guys. He has like zero respect for anybody. He's always just like, I am above you mentally and physically, and I will throw you out of a moat.
3,
into a moat.
2, 1, you're out.
So yeah,
Halt
throws people into moats occasionally. That's pretty cool.
Wake up.
I'm gonna steal this guy's bed. And that's pretty cool. And it turns out he's a prince, and the reason he hates royalty is, you know, his brother tried to murder him. 3 times. So that's something. Anyway, Halt he runs away, and he just kind of is chill, I guess, after that.
I don't know why you did this.
Halt is like secretive already. That's like his character. He doesn't tell anyone about anything. He's like, ugh. He's like a grumpy sort of like old man who just is also a bone ninja. Yeah. Anyway, his twin brother's regicidal. And he just kind of pulls up and is like, hey, remember me? Hello, brother.
What are you doing?
Stop it. And Ferris, his brother, is shown to be like the worst person to possibly ever take well, I'm not gonna say that. Probably like worse kings, but he just doesn't care at all. He just like I'm not making the plasma. So anyway, I have a saddle. I can get a horse. So
don't choose that one.
it turns out. Stop it. So turns out that Ferris is super paranoid, has anxiety, is like always freaking out, you know, that kind of thing. And he literally made it illegal for you to look him in the eye.
Why don't you just eat the horse an apple?
Which is honestly hilarious because
just feed the horse an apple.
Be quiet, Plasma. Because he's just like, it's illegal to look me in the eyes, and nobody likes him. And they only care about his nephew, Sean. Sorry, it's spelled like an Irish person, so I don't know.
Oh, there's a floating island.
Let me see if this is a better horse.
Oh, there's horses.
Yeah. So then, Halt ends up having to impersonate Ferris, and he literally, it's funny because he, ends up making Ferris like a way more popular king. He goes and yells at some dudes. Halt's very good at yelling at dudes. But anyway, it's a unique take on it because they're not like, I love you, why are you mean to me? Or like, I'm sorry, can we become friends again? It's like, nope. It's literally, I hate you. I really wish that I could like let this guy take over the country, but you know, people live here and people live here, so I'm kind of gonna have to help you, even though you don't want me to. I'm going to force myself to help you. And honestly, it's hilarious. I find it hilarious. Can't jump to save its life. But it's pretty fast though. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 4 on the twistiness meter. But I don't know what point there was to this, but there was one for sure. Just lost it. Plasma, say something interesting.
I gotta think of a good one. Alright. Did you know that you actually run faster on a 1-block area of water with a horse rather than just regular swimming?
I'm not trying that, no.
It's a fact.
I doubt that. Alright.
Oh.
So, now, if this video gets 30 likes, which is a really steep like goal for us, Plasma will read The Ranger's Apprentice, because he got it out from the library and he hasn't actually started reading it.
No.
I convinced him to get it from the library, but he just didn't read it. So, if this video gets 30 likes, yeah, so I guess we're doing that now. And he is silently objecting.
Your horse tried to kill you.
Yeah, if you know of any books that have secret twins, or if you think there's something I should discuss, or a different, I guess, trope I should talk about, or any books you suggest I should talk about, because I will most likely read them, just leave a comment. I'll see if they're cool and what I think, I guess. So, yeah, that'll be fun. And I guess to probably do more of these types of videos, because they're pretty chill, and I actually have something to talk about instead of just kind of trying to make up things to talk about. What do you want, Plasma?
I'm making sound effects.
No, stop making sound effects. They're not helpful. No.
Oh,
come on,
like
horse.
he floats. Everything floats.
Needs to go this way. What if I use hay? What am I doing? Here, come on, follow me. This is
Horses don't eat hay. They eat apples.
Shut up. He's following me, look. Might take him a bit, but he's following me. So, yeah. Is he? I don't think he is.
He's like,
apples.
try apples.
Do you want apples?
I got an idea.
So yeah, honestly,
build some blocks below
mostly,
and then ride them out.
Here is what this video is coming to. 1. The Ranger's Apprentice is awesome and underrated, and you should read it, and yes, do that. And Keeper of Lost Cities is despite the fact that I own all of the books, and I love it, it is also extremely infuriating whenever I read it. And there are not enough books about secret evil twins. Because, I mean, yeah. I want a book where both, like, twins are aware of each other, which is hard enough to find, but you just aren't aware of them. And, or better yet, I want a book that revolves around a group of octuplets. Okay.
I dare you to break the beehive.
I was actually planning on doing something
No,
like
it
that.
doesn't. It doesn't drop if you don't have silk touch.
I know. I was
What are you doing?
killing the bees.
That won't work. They'll give you poison. See?
Too bad. I'm just poisoned now. And because of that, I guess And I want to, and like, so the book is about some main character, like, I don't know, some dude, just like a kid, who's like 9 or 10, and they're trying to figure out how there's these octuplets. There's like this guy, and he seems to be everywhere, at the same time, everywhere at the same time. And turns out there's 8 of them, and they're all living in the same apartment. But they said that there's like identical octuplets, all living in the same apartment, and they told the landlord that they're the same person, so they don't have to pay.
There's another beehive.
I don't care. And they told the landlord that they are one person, so that they don't have to pay for living for 8 people to live in the apartment. That, my friends, is the book I want to see.
What happens when the purple blow? You just hear like 8 feet, just like.
Exactly. It would be awesome, especially since we wouldn't have to worry about that, because they wouldn't be the main characters. They would be the mystery. And like everyone thinks it's like some sort of it's like hinted that they like maybe do dark magic or like some sort of evil guy, but it's just 8 like college age dudes who are just kind of trying to live in the same house without letting anyone know it. And they all have to pretend to be the same person, even though their personalities are all different. Cough, cough. That people are not the same person, even though they are related.
Your horse can't even jump 2
yes,
blocks.
It can.
It can jump 2 blocks the highest. It can't even jump 3 blocks.
Alright. Whatever, I'm gonna find a good base spot soon. But
this video is gonna be like an hour long at this rate.
No, it's almost over. So yeah, that's the book I want to see. If somebody ever writes a book like that, or at least like a short story like that, put it in the comment section. That would be awesome. Is that fire? There must be lava there.
Lava.
Yeah. Oh,
no, there's one source block.
So, Plasma accidentally ended the video, guys. So,
sorry?
Yeah.
Do the outro.
Yeah, okay. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you here. What? No, later. The word's later, Plasma. Bye.